Hello, Algebra 2 students. This is the third video for your lesson 6-3, and this is your note page here. And so we're covering the section for graphing logarithmic functions. So this part right here just kind of goes over, this is a logarithmic function, and it's the inverse of an exponential function, sort of what we talked about in the very beginning. So we're going to be graphing a logarithmic function. Now we're going to use Desmos to graph it. You'll notice on example 9, it says use Desmos to graph this function. So I'm going to go through on Desmos how to do that. So I'm going to switch over to Desmos here. And you need to type in a log function here. So if you go down to this, I'm going to see if I can make my pointer a highlight here. Yeah, I think that works. So if you go down, oh, where did my Desmos thing go here? Hang on. So here, okay. If I go down here, I want to choose where it says functions down here on you're going to need to click this to get your extended keyboard up, and then you want to click functions. And then if you go, yours may open with the trig menu, but you want to go all the way over to the right and choose miscellaneous. And then if you look down here, you see the word log. And then you see log with a little base A underneath it. This is the one you want to choose because we need to put in a log base 3. So I'm going to click that button and you'll see it gives me the word log up here. And there's my cursor. So I want to type in a 3 here for that example 9. And then I want to put an X. So right away it gives you your graph. So let me close this keyboard out. So you can see it's a log graph. This is what they look like. Maybe actually this might be the first time you've seen them. So here they approach the y-axis, but they never touch it. So it's going to get closer and closer to the y-axis here, but never touch it. And on the right, it's approaching infinity. It's getting bigger and bigger. So we want to get some coordinate points off this to fill in the table in our notes. So remember, to get coordinate points, we go to this gearbox here, click on that, and then click on the icon here that looks like a table, and it says convert to table. And then our table's going to come up. Now in your notes, our table starts at 0. So here's 0. So in your notes right here for the y value, you're going to put undefined right in here. Undefined, because when x is 0, y is undefined. And that's because as we get close to 0, you can see there's no coordinate point here. But then when we get to 2, there's a coordinate point. So on your note packet, for 2, right here, you're going to put 0.63. Okay, and then if you notice here, the next value on our note packet is a 4. So to get other coordinate points, we just type in those x values that we want. So I'm going to type in 4, 6, and 8, because those are the x values on our note packet. And then on your note packet, you're just going to fill in when x is 2, y is 0.63. Do 2 decimal places, please. When x is 4, you're going to put in 1.26. When x is 6, you're going to put in 1.63. And when x is 8, you're going to put in 1.89. So let me see if I can type right on here on this note packet. So here, I'm going to put undefined. For 2, I'm going to put 0.63. For 4, I'm going to put 1.26. For 6, I'm going to put 1.63. And for 8, I'm going to put 1.89. Now again, those are right off this table of value in Desmos. Okay. Then the next thing that you're going to need to do in your notes is you're going to need to plot those points, which I cannot do here on my computer, but you know how to plot coordinates points. When x is 0, you're not going to have a point. When x is 2, you're going to put a point about at a half. So this line is 1, so you're going to put a point about at a half. And then you're going to fill in those points with a nice smooth curve, just like you see here on Desmos. So very nice smooth curve that goes through all these points, the point at 2, the point at 4, the point at 6, and the point at 8. And then on your graph, you're going to put arrows on both ends. And on this end, have it get closer and closer to the y-axis, but don't ever have it cross the y-axis here. So nice smooth curve. I should see all of those coordinate points. So should be 4 points that I can see and arrows at both ends. So you will fill that in. All right, the next one is a U-try, but I'll go through typing that into Desmos. So I'm going to go back to Desmos. I'm just going to hit X here because I'm typing in a new function. And then I want, let me get rid of this, that Desmos extended keyboard. Click Functions. Miscellaneous functions is what I want. And I want this one that says log base A. So for example 10 in your notes, we're doing log base 2 of x. So right here, I'm going to put in a 2, and here I'm going to put in an x. There's my graph. Now I want some coordinate points. Click on the gear, click on the table icon, and to fill in these notes, I need x values of 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I'm going to go back to Desmos. There's 0, there's 2. I need 4, 6, and 8. So you're going to fill these values in on your note sheet and then draw a nice smooth graph. Make sure these 4 points are shown clearly on your graph. Make sure your graph has arrows at both ends. And over in this area, make sure it approaches the y-axis, but never touches it.